All right. So when you get to your assignment, you'll have two types of problems. It won't take you long at all. It's just trying to get our minds back in the groove of writing equations from points and slopes and stuff, because we're headed back there after today's quiz. So you'll see a mixture, 20 problems picked from these two categories. So the first category, you don't have to do any work at all. These are so easy. These are not paper and pencil problems. And I do realize it's been a while, but these are the ones where we're going to write them in point slope. And that's the y, golly, the y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. I know it's been a little bit since we've talked about this, but so like when you look at that format, remember these, if you get these, you'd be like, yeah, sweet. So all you have to do is go down here and type in your format. So you just go y minus the y coordinate 4 equals, and then you put your slope, and you don't have to put a 1 if it's a 1. I'm going to put it there just because I know some people do, whatever. But remember, the slope goes there. And then we go x minus the x coordinate, and then just submit it. And so like, there's a bunch of problems like this, right? What would this one be if I typed it in, when I type it in? Y plus 10, good, equals what? 1/3. Right. So there's going to be some of those, which again should not take you more than like 13 or 14 seconds each. And then the other type of problems are these. And if you recall, these are the ones where you have to find the slope yourself, right? Like you've been down this road, I think, before. So we still have to use that red format up there on the TV, but I can't use it right now because I don't know the slope. So this is where we do the y2 minus y1. Good practice for today's quiz, right? So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So like y2 is 2. And then the other one is 1. So I could do like 2 minus 1 over. And then my x2 is 1. And my x1 is -6. So that's going to be 1 minus -6. Right? So my slope is 1/7. Great. And there's the dilemma here, which really you guys have handled well. Like no one seems to get stressed out about this. If we know the slope is 1/7, then we just have to decide which point we want to use. And if Summer picks the point -6, 1, and then Xander picks the point 1, 2, they're going to have different looking answers, but they're still both correct. Okay? So like, let's say that we picked the 1, 2. What would our point slope equation be?
Y minus 2 equals 1/7 open parenthesis x minus.
Yeah. Oh my, that was my bad. That's better. So is that ringing some bells for you guys? Is that all coming back to you? And this is the part I'm gonna make sure I get this on recording that I left out earlier. There will also in this section sometimes be problems where your slopes come out to let me find one for you here. There's one. So like on this one, you'll notice that when you do your y2 minus y1, how it's like -1 minus -1, right? And you wind up with 0/8 like this, right? You see how I got that? Well, what does that mean the slope is like overall? And if the slope is 0, what kind of line is that? It's horizontal. Very good. You make sure you know that before today's quiz. So if the slope is 0, then it's a horizontal line. And how do we write the equation of a horizontal line? This one you don't put in point slope. This is just, that's what the directions say. If it's horizontal or vertical, bless you, you don't try to match that format. That's it. Is well, no, not 8. It's just y equals, what is the y coordinate of both of the points? Right. You see how I have them circled up. If one of them has a y that equals -1 and the other one has a y that equals -1, well, the equation of the line just must be, well, simply y equals -1. Remember, that's how horizontals work. And then you'll also notice that it can happen, they can come out vertical as well. And I'll just click until I find one of those. Wait, it's like a, there it is. So like on this one, if you do y2 minus y1, you get 7 minus 9 is -2. on top, but it turns out we don't care, because then on the bottom, when you do x2 minus x1, you get 0. And what is the slope? It's undefined. And if it's undefined, what kind of line is it? Vertical. And how do we write the equation of a vertical line? X equals 0. And again, it's common sense, because like you can literally see, I mean, look what's true. This one has an x that equals 0, and this one has an x that equals 0. So I mean, the equation kind of defines itself, right? So that's what you're going to be up against on Delta. So if you would please, when you get done with your quiz, bring your quiz, your page of notes, your 2 practice quizzes. I'll staple it all together for you. And then when you get done, go back to your desk and get to work on this, if you'd be so kind. Do you have any questions? Good. All right. Sweet.